peace of mind. It's like always, they just want a piece of mind. I've been focused on the future, never on right now. I can watch you either pick a blind. I'm the one that introduce you to the you right now.
And we are underway from NRG Stadium in Houston. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. So out come the Texans for their opening drive. And a peek at the man under center. He has 5 full years in the league under his belt, now in year number 6.
His ability to adjust on the fly is almost unmatched in the game right now because it leads to a couple of snaps per game where you just sit back and ask yourself, how did he pull that off? Opponents can practice and prepare each and every week all they want. This guy, he is hard to corral.
4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Second and 6 at the 28-yard line.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud. And his throw here's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
From the gun on third down, here's Stroud. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards.
That's a play that may get lost in the grand scheme of things, but one thing's for sure. You certainly don't want to go 3 and out to start the game. So that's a nice job of finding the right play call and coming up with a first down.
And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 8.
At the 47-yard line.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up third down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. Stroud. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now it brings up fourth down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
And not only does he have all the skills that you're looking for as a quarterback, he's incredibly tough and plays the game fearlessly as both a runner and a passer. You provide a good running game around him and let him throw deep off the play action, you've got an all-star in the making.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Here we go. 3:30.
Now they show jet sweep, but instead a run up the middle here. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he can even get started.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Now it's Fields. There's a short one caught by Johnson. And he will not make it to that imaginary yellow line as they get him to the ground at about the 23. On is the punter Townsend as he gets this one away. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the Texans will take over. So now we get set to see Houston for their second drive of the ball game. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Stroud looking to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Now 2nd and 9.
All right.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Here's Stroud. They'll set up the screen here to mix it. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
A gain of 10 yards. And the Texans first first down.
Mixon with a first down carry. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
All right. 118.
Again, it's Mixon. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 1 yard and now no yards. Have him looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Throwing now is Stroud. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
In punt formation.
On 4th down, here's Sam Martin on to kick it away. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
On 1st down, back to Achane. And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
Offense looked a little bit discouraged after that play, shaking their heads a bit, looking at each other. I think they thought they'd get a lot more out of that call. Sometimes you do get the
Fields hit and the ball is loose. And the Texans scoop it. Inside the 10. And they will bring this one back. A fumble return for a Texans touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only a scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Looking to put a drive together.
Here we go.
Hand off to Achane to begin the drive. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
That's good. We're on 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
319. Right.
Fields going to toss this quickly out wide, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. It's a 13-yard pickup as the downs reset. With these run-pass options, we often talk about a good quarterback and running back. Well, having a talented wide receiver helps also.
Yeah, even coming in 3rd in the discussion, sometimes that means he really should be 1st, because all you want to do is get the ball in their hands and let them make the big plays downfield.
He'll dump this off to Achane. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's 2nd down. To throw is Fields. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another 1st down as the stop's made at the Texans' 27-yard line.
1st and 10 at the 27-yard line.
Play action. It's Fields. Now he'll tuck this and run. In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
And now out comes Houston. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Stroud to throw it. Open man is Higgins. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. After one, it's 9-0. Ready for the second quarter from Houston. It's the Texans in possession of the football as they've got it with a third down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try and sneak it here. He's going to run into a brick wall right in the middle of the field, and I don't think he got there. And in their own territory, needing only a few inches, they're going to line up to go for this thing on fourth down. They'll try it now with Marks. And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on fourth.
First and 10.
And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. And that one to the right side and incomplete. Here's second and 10.
It's now second and 10.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down. Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on third and long, they'll look to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. And the defense coming through on third down, a loss of 7 to bring up fourth. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be first and 10 as they take over. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
Ready.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Still 9 yards to go on second down from the 27.
Here we go.
Lance looking to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now third and 11 coming up.
Go.
Working from the gun, Lance. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Multiple players getting home there for an 8-yard loss. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front seven defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And the Texans will take. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Now he's going to step up and run. And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Here's second and 7.
Brings up second and 7 at their 49-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. On third down, he'll drop to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he is going to have a Texans first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on third down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Jermaine Johnson credited with that sack. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Out of the gun, it's Marks. Strong run, but they get to him just beyond the 40. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Out of the gun now on third down. And this will be caught by his big wide receiver. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up fourth down. Now the punter, Sam Martin, called on to kick it away here. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up, and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
That'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd. Throwing now is Lance. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks.
Leads to 3rd and 5.
From the gun on third down, Lance. He's going to float this one deep right side. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. It's a big play there on third down. 54 yards. And Lance now to throw. That's complete to DK. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a 4. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on 2nd and inches. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. They'll try to run this one in. The Texans going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. A touchdown run there from a yard out. And his guys are able to make this a close game again.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, We get a seal here, and we get a seal here. And we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is down to 2. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with a 1-yard touchdown run. So the lead shaved to 2 now as the kickoff is away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. And that's going to be incomplete.
I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
This is taken at the 18. Called out a 41-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. The visitors' offense and their running back getting ready to go back to work. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a little under a minute to play, they may be looking to pick up some yardage here, maybe try and come up with a field goal to seize the lead before intermission. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
To throw, it's Lance. He'll try to pick it up himself. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
Here's Lance. And he comes back with one complete. Here's 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up
Here's Lance to throw it. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Yeah, he was looking for the check-up bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. And the Texans going to get the football one final time here in this first half. And with a 2-point lead in hand, they may not do anything too aggressive here. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Now they'll tuck this and run.
tackle game at the 21-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd.
They'll throw now on the final play. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best as that brings us to the end of this first half of play.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Scott Hansen, good to be with you from the Orlando EA Sports Studios with an abridged halftime report. This one shaping up to be a tight one, as evidenced by the scoreboard. Both these teams playing it close to the vest in the first half. What will happen in the second half? Let's find out as we send it back to the stadium and our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. And we'll see which team's adjustments are going to pay dividends here as we are just about ready for the start of the second half. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they're still very much in this game, although they do trail. What's the game plan, Charles, for the second half?
It might be a little counterintuitive because most people will think losing equals passing the ball more, but I'd establish the running game. They kind of went away from it in the first half. I think if they get back in balance, it'll help them when they put the ball back in the air.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
The Lance going to throw. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Lance. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. So instead of giving them another 3rd down, they'll decline it, brings up 4.
Now that's smart football right there. You don't even have to really spend a lot of time considering it. Just know that you're probably going to get the ball back. Good job declining that penalty.
It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Here's the Texans offense now, readying for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
And a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. And they'll get this just to the 47, 1-yard gain.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here's 2nd and 8. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 8 yards to go.
They'll set up to throw. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is caught. Touchdown, Texans. Jalen Noel, 53 yards. And the Texans are able to widen their advantage. Charles, there aren't really any slow receivers, but there's fast and then really fast. He's really fast, and he showed off the afterburners there.
And that he is, because when he took off, I was thinking there's no chance that he can actually reach him with that pass. Yet he did, and he's still sprinting. And just think about what that does for everyone else on his team, because his ability to stretch a field opens things up for the rest of the receivers on the team.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes this a 9-point game. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little pass there, call it the 26. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Hands it off out of the gun. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that.
And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Lance. That is caught. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. His first catch, and it's a pretty big one. They get the conversion on 3rd down.
Result is a 1st down.
And that's the kind of play this offense needs to maybe kick them into gear a little bit. They've been stuck in neutral much of the game. Perhaps that can give them a little bit of confidence. The big plays are out there.
Second down and 6 now.
4 yards on the pickup. Second and 6 at the 40.
A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And it's complete. He gets this one to Washington. Just a gain of a couple there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Again, it's Lance. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. So they decline the holding penalty and will take the down instead as that leads us to 4th. Lance going to sneak it. And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of a yard.
They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that. But by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on 4th down. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. From the 43, it's 2nd and 3.
A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Now Lance. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack. They'll wind up losing a full 9 yards here on the sack. Now it's 3rd down.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
From the gun on 3rd down, Lance. And the pressure gets to him again. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game. But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
A 40-yard punt, no return. Houston set to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Once more with Marks. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Now a first carry here for the running back. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
A 1-yard pickup. Brings up 3rd and
Back to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding call.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Back now in Houston, it's the Texans in control of the football and leading this game as well as we start the 4th. They're going to look to throw. They set up the screen, Marks. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. And he couldn't get it to check up. That kicks all the way into the end zone for a touchback. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a two-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. Throwing to start the drive. Lance. And they will take over at the 26-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
Yeah, to put it mildly, look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
And now out comes Houston. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, two-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Marks now on 1st and 10. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's second down. And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
They run straight ahead with Marks. 72 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down the game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. From the right hash, it's a 38-yard attempt. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And that will extend their lead even further. So that maybe not a knockout blow, but I suppose certainly every little bit helps when you're trying to salt one away in the fourth.
Well, the possibility of being beaten by 2 late touchdowns or at least sent to overtime does exist. But time, definitely a big factor at this stage of the game, is in their favor.
And a pretty slick return there. Almost got it to the 45. Officially, they'll call him down at the 44. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
A 7-yard gain. That's good for a first down.
And they'll run on the inside handoff. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. From midfield, here's Lance. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now on third down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He's going to let this go for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown. Desperation time here. Lance. And this is caught.
Holding offense.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And they'll go for it. Lance. It's caught inside the 25. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down.
Listen, when you're at this point of the game, all options are on the table. Fourth down, they say, we've got to go for it. And what a play they come up with. Big yardage there to keep the drive alive.
It'll be a pickup of 5 on the keeper. It's second down.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
And Lance again going to keep it. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Trey Lance taking it in from 14 yards out. And his guys have made this a one-score game now. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that big-time drive right there? If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there. They went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. Their lead back down to 1 score after the touchdown a moment ago. First down's a must on this drive as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll begin on the ground with Marks. A beautiful fake. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 83 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's going on. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Buried behind the line by Christian Wilkins.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down. Up the middle, it's Marks. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw here. He's going to loft it deep right sideline. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Just because you've got the lead in the 4th, it doesn't mean you have to play it safe. I like the aggressive play call there to push it downfield. That time, it didn't work out.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. 35 yards that time on the punt. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. And you sense the tide turning. They scored, then their defense forced the punt, and now a chance to ultimately take the lead here late. Lance looking to throw it. Over the middle, it's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Brings up 2nd and 2. At the 42.
Working from the gun, Lance. And he's got his man on the out route.
That's good. We're up 1st down.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So the road a little tougher here. Now 1st and 20. Here's Lance. Looking middle, and that's complete. Now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Second down, 8 yards to go. Lance looking to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. They push him back 8 yards that time on second down.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
This crowd turning up the decibel level. It's 3rd and long. Lance back to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to be taken down with another first down as the stop's made at the Texans 30. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as he'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And the Texans have just about sewn up this football game. Now comes a Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
So Houston going to come away here with the victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So that'll do it. For my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry, I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Texans as we say so long from Houston.